Hello Swapper Shoppers, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know us here at Swapper Shoppers, essentially we're taste testing ready meals, and I've set myself a goal to review every single Tesco ready meal out there. Everything from Hearty food all the way up to the Tesco finest. There's around 125 ready meals to review, so let's have a look at the first one on the list. So we're going to start off with the basic range and work our way all the way up. So we're going to start with Hearty Food Co. Lasagne, exclusively at Tesco. Now, interesting fact, these used to be the Tesco value. So if you remember the really old ones where it's essentially white and red packaging with like stripes and it said Tesco value, these are what they used to be. Now, obviously, they've had many iterations over the years. I'm recording this specifically in August of 2025, and the price for this one was £2.20. And for that, you get 400 grams. So 400 grams specifically of layers of egg pasta with beef and tomato sauce, topped with bechamel and mature cheddar cheese. Now, it's one of those weird ready meals because you can't actually see it. Because obviously it's a lasagna, it's obviously got the bechamel sauce at the top as it should be, all the nice layers of pasta, so we can't actually see what it's going to look like. I hope it's going to be nice. So you can put these in the oven, specifically it'll be 37 minutes. Now I'm going to choose to do this one in the microwave. It's around 4.5 minutes, I'll show you that in a second. But so that we can keep track, because Tesco, like all the other retailers, will change their ready meals. So we want to see whether or not this changes over time, and that's our traffic light symbols. Yes, they are still using traffic light symbols. So that's the UK's way of measuring foods. Okay, so each pack, so the whole pack, is 499 calories, 20.9 grams of fat, which is an awful lot of fat, 9.4 grams of saturates, which is 47% of your daily allowance. That is absolutely crazy. And 7.5 grams of sugar with 1.56 grams of salt. The idea of that is we can keep a track. So if I do a revision video in the future, if they change the recipe, we can keep an eye on how much you're actually getting for your money. Now, specifically, what we want to look for in lasagna is the amount of beef. So you've got 18% beef. So we know that if they change the recipe in the future, come back and check. As of August 2025, you get 18% beef in it. So as I say, it's a microwave one or an oven. I'm going to put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. If you have a more powerful microwave, it's 4.5. But essentially then you just, you don't even actually have to do anything afterwards. You literally just put it in, obviously pierce it, then leave to stand for 2 minutes afterwards. And that's pretty much your ready meal done. Obviously, going through the calories, going through the information, it's a lasagna. You know what's in it. We're not stupid. Right, let's get to tasting. I'm going to get this heated up. So, as I say, nice and easy ready meal. Just going to get a knife, pierce it in a couple of places. You will need to take this lid off as well. So we'll take the cardboard cutout thing off, put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. Easy as that. So I'll see you in 5 minutes. Now, before I dish this up, I just want to let you guys know that you should subscribe to the channel. If you want to see 125 Tesco exclusive ready meals, here is your best port of call. We're going to have videos on every single one of them. And trust me, you want to stick around because some are going to be interesting. Let's put it that way. Then we're going to move on to the likes of Asda, Sainsbury's, all the other supermarkets. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss another video. But let's get tasting this one. Okay, so it's been in the microwave for 5 minutes. I've taken the plastic film off the top, and it doesn't look any better than when it went in the microwave, to be honest. All you can see is the bechamel sauce. So admittedly, I am going to make a mess of this because I do want to try and see if I can break through the layers. There we go. Now, it does actually smell incredible. Now, of course, the beef, what you can relate that to is if you've ever had Tesco ravioli, it smells exactly like that, which is not a bad thing. I think I actually do rate the ravioli from Tesco. It tastes absolutely fine. It's just the same as Heinz. Don't worry about it. But here are the multiple layers. Oh, that does smell good. Probably needs a bit of salt and pepper, but it does look like it's got a little bit of pepper or something in it already. So that's what it looks like. That is your £2.20 ready meal. Now I'm going to get to tasting and see if it's worth the money. Hey, I tell you what, viewers, it's been a while since I've worn this hat, and it's surprisingly sweaty to wear this hat. Glad I don't wear this all day, or maybe I should. Let me know what you think. But here we go. Here is the lasagna. Just smell good, I have to say. I'm going to try and get a good portion full. This isn't going to be my tea, so I'm not going to eat it all, but I would like to sample a decent amount. I have left it for a good couple of minutes, so hopefully it won't burn my tongue, because ready meals often do. Okay, so I've got a bit of the beef, got a little bit of pasta and a little bit of bechamel sauce. I'm just going to try a small amount first. You can't always tell what the beef is going to be like in these things, so got to start small. Okay. There isn't a lot of beef because it is very, very small amounts, so you can't really chew it. It's already pre-chewed for you. The pasta is nice and soft. The bechamel sauce does taste quite strong, actually, a lot stronger than I was expecting, so that's not bad. But the kind of rich tomato sauce isn't as strong as I expected, although it does smell strong. It doesn't seem to taste the same. It just tastes like it's missing something. Like, I don't know exactly what, because considering the amount of saturated fat and sugar and calories in this thing, it should taste quite rich, but it's just missing a certain punch. I think it's related to the tomato sauce. Okay. So I'm just going to eat a little bit, like I normally would if I was eating this as my main meal. You know, get plenty of the sauce, mix it all in. You know, lasagnas are supposed to be messy at the end of the day, so. A little bit of chewy beef, but I wouldn't say it's overly chewy. I think I've kind of got a general idea of this, because it is quite a big portion, actually. I mean, ideally, you'd want to have some garlic bread or something with this, but then I suppose it defeats the point of a ready meal, because then you've got to put your oven or air fryer on. So you'd probably have this, you know, for a lunch, maybe. To be fair, I would probably actually take this to work. I think I get judged by my colleagues, because cheap meals often do get judged. But this is pretty nice, actually. It is quite bland. However, £2.20 for a ready meal. Do you know what? I don't need any more to make my decision, actually. However, here is the ready meal. I hope that you can see it. I've given you a close view, of course. Would I recommend it? £2.20, 500 calories worth of lasagna. Does have all the elements you'd expect from a lasagna, and it is quite a decent, hefty portion, to be fair. Does stay nice and hot, because again, you've got to cook it for 5 minutes. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. If I was on a budget, £2.20 does seem expensive nowadays for a ready meal, but remember, this is a fresh one. This is not a frozen one. You can freeze it if you wish to, but this is a fresh one from Tesco, the Hearty Food Co. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. I think that is pretty good value for money, to be fair, and not to be scoffed at. I would have that all day, any day. That's absolutely fine. The beef is generally good quality, although I wish it was in longer strands. I don't like that it's chopped into little pieces. Pasta's absolutely fine. I don't think you can really go wrong with pasta, even the cheap Tesco pasta, you know, the one where it's in dry packet and you just, you know, cook it at home. Absolutely fine. It's the same quality. Bechamel sauce is quite rich. It's nice. Does add that nice texture to it as well, because it's quite glossy. However, the tomato sauce, it is missing something, so I would have to knock it down slightly for that, but I would definitely recommend it. If you enjoyed this ready meal review and you'd like to see more ready meal reviews, then please check out the video on screen now where I review another top favourite. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like the video. Thanks for watching. Swapper Shopper out. Ciao for now.